Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Unbettable. It is myself and Mr. Austin Holmes Hart. Hart, we're missing a very crucial third member. Very, very sad to report that our very own Gary Gowdy, due to conflicts with his work, can no longer be on the show. So I've been working with him behind the scenes for a little bit on a couple different ideas on how we can keep him in the content without being on the show. Very exciting stuff in the works. You guys are going to love it. I promise you that. But make sure you pour one out for our buddy Gary Gowdy. He is demoralized, defeated, but you know what? I'm proud of him for putting work first. That's what he has to do.
Of course,
Anything on
agreed.
that, Holmes?
I mean, agreed, man. He's got a great career. Focus on the work. He's our best boy. We're still going to be hanging out with him, and obviously we've seen some of the little bit of video game content that he's looking to push out. He is super, super excited to be working on that. I know he's teased it a couple times in the past few episodes, and has even put out a little MLB The Show clip on Twitter the other day. So. Yeah, I'm excited to see if we can make that work with him. But yeah, dude, work comes first. I totally understand
Mm-hmm.
that. His career is very important. So we wish him all the best, and we are still always here for our boy Gare.
Yeah, stay tuned. We're doubling down on Gare. We're not letting him go. So just get ready. It's gonna be big time what he's about to do. Holmes, let's kick it off. First episode of the week. That means we have studs and duds to talk about. Austin Hart, give me your stud of the weekend.
Man, this one is pretty simple. I don't know really who else you can go with other than Todd Golden, brother. Led the Gators to an SEC title in men's basketball, have us riding a massive high going into March Madness. This is just so goddamn exciting because just a few short years ago, we were in the Mike White era, just wondering if anything was going to happen above mediocrity because that's where we were sitting for years and years. And finally, we get this new fresh face coming in, absolutely changes the culture from year one. You could see it. Year two, he's coming in, absolutely battles all the way through the season. Unfortunately, takes a really tough loss in March Madness to Colorado, but year three, woo, he has had the boys cooking, and God, we had everybody by their throats in the SEC tournament. So good on Todd Golden having the boys ready to play every game.
Yeah, my stud is college basketball fans. I mean, we are in the heart of probably one of the greatest March Madnesses that we've ever been around, especially with us as Gators fans. But still, the conference championships were absolutely unbelievable to watch. Crazy upsets, huge scores. I mean, it was unbelievable. Obviously, the Gators taking the SEC tournament. Gotta love that. But if you're a college basketball fan, you are living the dream, and that doesn't go away anytime soon. So, yeah, college basketball fan, my stud of the weekend. Holmes, give me your dud.
You might agree with me on this one, bro. I'm pretty sure everybody's agreeing on this across the nation, but the friggin' selection
Yep.
committee for college basketball, dude. I mean, I'm sure I am going to echo millions of voices who have already said this. UNC should not have been in the tournament. They play tonight. I hope San Diego State absolutely blows their doors off in this first four-round game because they had absolutely zero business being in this tournament. They had ample opportunities all season long against very, very quality competition, and they got squashed every time. The one quad win that they did have, they beat a UCLA team, but what I think 2 points. Yeah,
Mhm.
2 points. So good on them for getting a really, really close win against one quad one team. They were not able to win against anybody else of note. It's just really frustrating that because of the brand name, because of what they've been able to do in past years, they're just going to get a little exemption pass this year and took it away from a team, in my opinion, in West Virginia that
Yeah.
100% should have gotten a bid.
And now West Virginia loses their coach, too. I mean,
Yeah.
it's tough, brother. But I mean, honest to God, I'm right there with you. Obviously, you said everyone's thinking it. When the chairman of the selection committee is a UNC alum, not to mention a UNC advisor and athletic director, it makes it kind of obvious when there's a problem there. I, yeah, it just bothered the hell out of me. But I'm not really with you with them losing tonight. I think the better outcome is they win tonight. start talking like they deserve to be in the tournament, and then get blown out by 40 in the first game. That I think would be a much better outcome. And personally, it's what I'm cheering for. And it's not just because I took UNC -5 tonight. So, but without further ado, Holmes, it's bracket time. We've been waiting all year for this to happen. We've been talking college basketball off and on for the better part of 5 months. We finally made it to March Madness. So, without further ado, let's kick it off with the South Division. We'll start with Auburn. Whoever they're gonna face, I don't really think it's gonna matter. Auburn, I feel like, is a fraud in the long run, but in this first 2 rounds, I think they're more than likely gonna be fine, kind of cruising.
Yeah, I'm with you there. We obviously don't have a lineup or anything like that because I don't think we know who the other team is going to be yet. But I'm right there with you. I think it's going to be a pretty easy game for Auburn to start out. Bruce Pearl's notoriously not very good in March Madness, so I am not going to be picking them to go very far either. I'm kind of with you there. I think they're going to flame out, especially with the way they've ended their season, losing 3 out of 4, not looking nearly as good as they did in the beginning of the season. But I think Bruce Pearl will have the boys fired up. I think they're going to want to absolutely squash the 16 seed that they play. Yeah, so when that line comes out, I'm going to most likely be picking Auburn to cover a big number there.
All right, let's move it on to number 8, Louisville versus number 9, Creighton. Holmes, let's start with you.
Dude, this is a really interesting game. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I've been flip-flopping on honestly all day. I think my first instinct was to take Louisville here and probably on the money line at -150. I think honestly you're getting a really, really good price for that, considering that the game is going to be in Lexington, which is almost like a de facto home game for Louisville. Creighton, just their size worries me. They have such great players that play up against the rim that are going to give Louisville trouble, but I think Louisville should have been seeded higher than an 8. I'm
Yeah.
going to take them to win outright. We'll go take the money line at -150.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you there. I like Louisville. I also don't mind the over 144.5 here. I think both teams are going to put up a lot of points. Defense is definitely going to be an issue this game, but I don't know, man. It should be interesting, but outright, I would 100% take Louisville.
Yeah.
Now, on to the next game, which I don't know because my computer's buffering, but we will
Hmm.
wait. And number 5, Michigan versus number 12, UC San Diego. I'm going to put this to bed real quick. Michigan -2.5. That seems like the lock of the century. I don't know. I feel like I may be getting duped with that play, but that's just me.
I'm going to 100% be with you there. All I have heard is that everybody and their mother is taking UC San Diego for this upset. You
Mhm.
know, they're what is it? They're the best team in creating turnovers. Michigan is the most turnover prone team. However, I think something that is completely overlooked is that I don't think anybody on this UC San Diego team has anybody over 6'6" or 6'7". Michigan has two dudes that I think are almost 7 foot.
Yeah.
That size differential in itself, I think, is just going to allow them to bully them in certain situations. I just think there is so much hype being put on UC San Diego right now. Do you really think that Michigan is not seeing any of those headlines? Michigan's not hearing any of this noise? Those dudes are going to want to come out and absolutely blast UC San Diego. So 2.5, I think, very, very small number. I'm going to take it there with you. I think they're going to cover, and a lot of people are going to be sad they picked UC San Diego.
Let's keep it with you, Holmes. Yale, Texas A&M. Where are we going?
This one kind of tough too. I so want to take Yale to cover here.
Mhm.
I just continue to think back to last year, Yale upsetting Auburn in the tournament. I mean, one of the craziest upsets I think we saw last year. This Ivy League school beating this SEC team. It was not something I ever thought, but the 7 number that we're getting right now is I don't know. It's too short for me. I would take Yale if they were closer to double digits. I know Texas A&M has been sliding, and they
Mhm.
haven't really played that well. If anything, I would lean Texas A&M to cover a shorter number. If it goes down to 6.5, I might consider playing that. But for right now, I will probably more than likely not have a play on the game. But we'll lean Texas A&M to get that.
Yeah, I may take that number down to 6.5, regardless of it sat there or not. but Texas A&M, despite losing 3 of their last 5, they consistently do play better opponents than Yale does, and Yale plays to the level of their opponent, which obviously most of the time is Ivy League. I'm just a little worried at how Yale is going to respond going from the Ivy League tournament and heading straight into an SEC matchup. That's where I'm a little iffy, and I know everyone's sick and tired of hearing about the SEC, but the SEC, like, there's a reason there's 14 fucking teams in there.
Yep.
They're good. Like, that's just that. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But obviously going to hammer Texas A&M. And with that, we move over to Ole Miss. I mean, not really much to hit on here. Either way, I'm hoping Ole Miss wins this game. We don't really know the opponent yet, so.
Yeah, this one, I mean, I can't really tell you too much either. We're probably gonna lean Ole Miss, but I do want to see who the opponent's gonna be. I would like to see how that playing game plays out.
Yep. Number 3, Iowa State versus number 14, Lipscomb. Let me lay it on you real quick. Iowa State minus 14 and a half. I still think may be too short. I'm gonna see where that line continues to move as we wait for the games to get up to here, but right now I'm just gonna hammer the Iowa State with the spread.
Interesting play. Yeah, this is one of those games I feel like I have zero read on. I know
Yeah.
nothing about Lipscomb, and ironically enough, Iowa State, as good as they've been all season, I feel like I haven't watched enough of their games to have a good read on them. So honestly, I'm gonna stay away from this one. But if you're feeling good in the large number, I mean, maybe I'll consider tailing it.
We'll see, Matt. There's a lot going on. I have a lot of bets to like get out in front of.
Yeah.
Obviously, at this point, the announcement's out there. I'm back. Bet Madness coming back year 2. A lot of research going in. I won't have my picks ready until probably the day of. So bear with me. There is a lot going on. We have 4 picks going right now, 2 tonight, 2 tomorrow for the playing games.
Yeah.
We'll get there when we get there. Just keep refreshing the Twitter. That's all I ask.
Yeah. Just
Everything
one.
will be there. Next up, we got number 7 Marquette versus number 10 New Mexico Lobos. I am going to tell you all this now. New Mexico is a sleeper team. They are sneaky good. Take New Mexico money line. That is all I have to tell you. I did not need to do much research for that. New Mexico is a sleeper to make the Sweet 16.
Yeah, I like your thoughts there. I'm definitely considering picking New Mexico outright in my bracket, but I'm 100% going to take them plus the 4. I believe in what you just said here. I think they're a pretty decently sleeper team. I mean, they're top 20 in defensive rating in KenPom. I think that's pretty impressive from a team that's
Mm-hmm.
outside of the top 40 in KenPom. And Marquette, this is a team. I talked about it with Gary, I think, at some point. But I do not trust this team. I don't know what it is. Every time they get to March, I do not believe they have what it takes to go very deep. Maybe they end up winning this game, but I don't see them going any deeper than maybe a Sweet 16. They have great coaching. They have great recruits, as they normally do every year. But for some reason, I don't feel like they can put it together this time of year. So I'm with you, New Mexico, but I'm going to take plus the 4.
All right. Number 2, Michigan State. Number 15, Bryant, Michigan State.
Yeah, this is pretty simple for me too. What's the line on this one? Because I have not found this one yet. You have it in front
So
of
I
you.
got spread minus 18 and a half, money line minus 2,500.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I got you now.
Um,
Okay, 100%. Yeah, I will be there with you. I'm going to take the spread, big number, Michigan State, minus 17 and a half. Izzo has the boys rolling. I absolutely think Michigan State low-key has a favorable path to the Sweet 16, if not even deeper. So I love Izzo to kick the shit out of Bryant.
Easy work. All right. We head over to the East bracket where we have Duke taking on a number 16 seed that is being determined tomorrow, I think, is the game.
I think so.
Um, yeah, let me be clear. Duke is a fucking wagon. Cooper Flag's been out and they've still been dominating their opponents. Duke is going to go on a run. It's happening. Mentally prep for it. I got Duke in this game very easily.
Yep, same with me. I think it's silly to take any type of 16 seed to do anything against Duke here. They're top 5 in both offensive and defensive rating in KenPom. They're one of the best teams, if not the best team all season long. I I honestly don't think Cooper Flag is going to come back for this game. I think it'd probably be smart of them to keep him out for one more game, knowing that they will 99.9% chance win this game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will be with you. Whatever the spread is, I'm going to be taking the points.
All right, number 8, Mississippi State versus number 9, Baylor. I think this is going to be a battle. I am taking Mississippi State outright. I think Hubbard's going to ball. It's what he does, and he's going to lead the team to a dub. I don't see either team making that much of a run after that, but I like Mississippi State in this game.
Okay, interesting. I was having a tough time with this one too. I feel like because for a lot of the season, I've watched Mississippi State. They haven't been that bad of a team. They've had their struggles, but
Mm.
they've also had times where they've looked really good. And then I've watched a team like Baylor, who has played an incredibly hard strength of schedule and held up decently well, like probably better than I thought they were going to. This is so damn tough, but I will probably pick Baylor on the money line here. Minus 105. They're getting a slight edge as the number nine. I'm gonna take the coaching experience, the pedigree, the strength of schedule. I'm gonna go with Baylor.
Yeah, that's not a bad pick. Like I said, it's gonna be a battle. So either way, it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah.
The one I've been struggling on, I'm gonna let you talk on this one first. Number 5, Oregon versus number 12, Liberty. I
Yeah.
cannot get a grasp on it to save my life. The lines are moving like crazy right now.
Yeah. This one has been an extremely interesting one to watch because I think from a bracket standpoint, I'm like, I am not going to overthink it. I'm going to take Oregon. I know they have the better coach. I love Dana Altman. I love what he does with that squad. And I think I have some personal bias toward them too. I seemingly always glom onto them during the tournament, during the regular season. I love watching them play. I just feel like I love the way Dana Altman runs that team. So I really do like them here, but heard such good things about Liberty, dude. Like
I know.
I've heard such great things, and that seven number kind of gets me to the point where I want to take them. But Liberty is so far down in the Ken Palm ratings, it just
Yeah,
gives me a little bit of like I don't know, it gives me a little bit of pause there. I don't know if I can for sure have a bet on it right now, but where I would consider this it's not normally what I would like to do, but I would like to take probably Oregon a minus 350 on the money line, see if I can find another favorite that I feel like 70 to 80% chance has a pretty 70 to 80% chance of winning in my mind,
mhm.
and I would probably put him there like trying to look through like the odds board right now. I mean, I'm trying to think of like what might be a good team to pair with that.
I don't know. While
Yeah,
you
like
look at
okay,
that,
like if I feel very strongly about not very strongly, but like strong enough with Texas A&M that they'll beat Yale. You put both of those together and get a minus 153. It's not plus money, but you're at least getting better value. I feel like with putting both of those together, if you really do feel good about both of those, and maybe you're picking both of them to advance in your bracket, why not? But I mean, I'm with you too. I
it's
really
just
can't
such a
like the side
weird
on the side.
game. I don't know.
Yeah.
This may be my game to watch for a major upset.
Okay.
That's all I'll say. The picks will come out when they come out, but Liberty could be upsetting Oregon.
Interesting. Okay.
Number 4, Arizona versus number 13, Akron. I think Arizona is going to come out with a chip on their shoulder this year. I don't think they're going to be fucking around in round one. I'm going to take Arizona. Right now it's minus 13 and a half. I don't really like that spread. So I want to see if the number shifts at all over the next day or two.
I am gonna go opposite of you. I don't really have a very good reason here other than the vibes. I feel like the vibes with Akron. I don't know what it is. But there's also the part of me that picked Arizona, I think 2 years ago to win it all. Got their ass beat in the first round. Just had a sour taste in my mouth from that. But also, I know that Caleb Love playing for this team is a very, very hit or miss player, and they depend on him a decent bit. So this
Hmm.
could be one of those games. Hey, man, maybe Caleb Love doesn't have it turned on. Akron's able to get one over on him. All I'm saying is I'm gonna take Akron plus 14. The money line is a little too much for me, but 14 points, I'm gonna take that for sure.
All right, we got number 6 BYU versus number 11 VCU. Holmes, where are we starting here?
This one is very tough as well. I've heard so much back and forth on this game as well. I tend to think VCU is in a good spot to upset BYU here, but I don't know, man. The VCU coming into BYU and playing it at elevation, like BYU's been used to that. They're ready to go and out there in Denver, like I think BYU is going to be able to get this win. I don't know if I'll fuck around with the spread, but minus 160 on the money line, it's a little juicy, but I might lay it because I think everybody thinks VCU has this juice to be able to put one over on them. I think BYU's got enough to make the Sweet 16, dude. So I'm gonna take it with BYU on the money line.
Yeah, I'm debating. Obviously, minus 160 is not great. I may take that 2.5 because I don't think it would come within that if when they are matched up. I don't know, man. This is another one of those games I just don't have a read on yet, and I probably should considering they're a 4 o'clock game on Thursday. But I just there's so much movement in the lines so early on that it's really throwing me off, and I don't really know where to gauge it yet. But as of now, I like BYU minus 2.5. I guess we'll see where that moves, but I don't know. I don't know. Number 3, Wisconsin versus number 14, Montana. Wisconsin's your answer. Thank you.
Yeah, but I'm with you, brother. What else can we say about this other than Wisconsin has to take this? I know they did not really play well in their Big Ten championship, but 100%, I think they'll get right back on track in the tournament.
All right, number 7, St. Mary's versus number 10, Vanderbilt. I think Vanderbilt could pull off the sneaky upset here. I always struggle to trust St. Mary's when it comes to the tournament. I don't know why. I just can't get behind them. I like Vandy plus 155. I think that money line kind of looks good to me.
Yeah, I'm considering joining you on that too. I feel like that Vanderbilt money line is talking to me too. The one thing that I just can't get over is St. Mary's defensive rating. I mean, they're number 8 in Ken Palm. They slow the hell out of the game. So I really don't know how much that's going to affect Vanderbilt there. I mean, like I don't know a ton about Vanderbilt basketball, but I know that they've given a lot of good SEC teams problems this season. So maybe I won't go all in on the money line, but maybe I'll just take Vanderbilt in the points. I'll take the extra 4 that they're going to give me there.
All right, number 2, Bama versus number 15, Robert Morris. Bama.
Bama, 100%. I take the
Bama.
light
That's
off of Robert Morris.
again, no fucking brainer. Bama.
I think the
All
light on it.
right. Over to the Midwest, we got number 1, Houston versus number 16, SIUE. I hate Houston in the tournament. They burn me every year. With that being said, they don't burn in the round one, so I'm going to keep them. I'm taking Houston in this game, but I can't fucking stand them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lay the points. 27.5 is friggin' ridiculous, but 126.5, I might just take the under on that. Houston's ridiculously good defensively. Might absolutely put the clamps on this 16 seed that I've never
Mm.
heard of in my entire life. I think Houston's going to go pretty deep, so I think they'll have an easy game here.
All right, number 8, Gonzaga versus number 9, Georgia. Holmes, where are we sitting?
Dude, as you know, hate Georgia, and as you know, hate Mike White. We're taking Gonzaga -6 here. I low key think Gonzaga's maybe a little underrated here. I mean, I am pretty sure if I have this correct, they're top 10 in Ken Palm, dude. They're rated number
Mm.
9. Defensive rating is 29 right now, but the offensive rating is 9. I think they are low key going to bully Georgia, and I'm excited to watch that.
Yeah, I have them not only bullying Georgia, I also have them bullying the fuck out of Houston too. I think Gonzaga's going to have a good path. I really do. I like them. They're another one of those teams like Houston where it's like they dominate all regular season, then you match up with teams outside your conference, and then you don't look as good.
Mhm.
But I like this Gonzaga team. I really do. I
Yeah,
really do, Holmes.
I feel it. I'm with you there.
So I'm
I'm
going
with
to
you,
take
brother.
them. All right. Next up, Clemson, McNeese. Laying it on the line, McNeese outright.
Wow. Oh, brother.
Too
You're doing it, man. You're laying the
much
nuts on the
swagger
table.
on that team. I don't like Clemson. I think they're extremely overrated. I am hammering McNeese.
Dude, I don't know if I can get on the money line with you there, but
I don't expect you to.
I'm currently trying to find. Oh, okay, there's the spread, 7.5. Ah, God, that is not as high as I wanted it to be, honestly. If that gets to double digits, which it probably won't, I will take McNeese State. I think they have a potential to keep it close here, but I think Clemson has size, talent. I think they're going to be able to run McNeese State out of the gym. Listen, I would love if McNeese State is able to pull this upset, dude. Shit, that would be awesome. I would be lit watching that, but I think Clemson's going to be able to get it done. But if somehow that number can get to 10, I will take McNeese State in the points.
All right, number 4 Purdue versus number 13 High Point. Holmes, I do not have a read yet on this game. Again, 12:40 tip off on Thursday. You would think I'd have more ready to go, but I do not yet.
No, you are good, dude. I'm not gonna cap you. I'm not gonna cap you, brother. I'm taking a high point. This is the one for me. I have
Ooh.
thought about this for a while. It's only plus 275, like as a dog, so it's not the most massive money line deal you're gonna get. But for a 13 and a 4 for that discrepancy to only be 8 points, I don't know. There's something there. Like, I really do like High Point here. Their offense is so fast. Like, they're going to be running and gunning the whole time. And it's not like Purdue's defense is great. They have a really, really great offensive rating. I think they're number 7 in the nation, but they're 63 defensively. High Point's not great defensively either. This is just
Yeah,
going to be a run and gun battle. Dude, I think High Point is going to be able to get it. It's going to be a close game. Maybe it'll take a buzzer beater. Maybe it'll take overtime. I don't know, but I'm taking High Point plus 275 money line. That's going to be my upset first round for sure.
dude. I may do a parlay McNeese High Point.
Oh my
Just try and
God, dude.
fucking cash in round one.
Jesus. I'm gonna put that together for you right now and just tell you what the return of that would be.
Oh my
Jesus.
god. I mean, I feel like it's not as crazy as it seems.
I mean, it's plus 12, 13. So I mean, the return, I mean, you put down 10, you win 131. It's not
Yeah,
horrible,
I
but
mean
like
that's a little bag there, Holmes. That's a bag.
it is, but I would have wanted better odds on that, especially for a 12 seed upsetting and a 13 seed upsetting. I'm like, damn, give me some better shit for that.
I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Number 6, Illinois versus to be determined. Let me just say it again. Illinois will curb stomp by 40 round one. That is my prediction. That is what I hope to happen. That is what 97% of America hopes would happen.
I don't even know, honestly. This is one of those games I don't have a read on. I don't know a whole lot about Illinois. I've heard people talk shitty about them. I've heard people talk greatly about them. We don't even know who their opponent is going to be yet, so I'm just going to be out on this one.
All right. Number 3, Kentucky versus number 14, Troy. Your answer, ladies and gentlemen, Kentucky.
Yeah, I mean, I think Kentucky's probably the pick here. The points are tempting because I really do think Troy can have it in to keep it within 11. I think that one's a little too big, but I mean, I think Kentucky's going to win this game pretty easily. It just really depends for me if Kentucky like gets out to a big lead, they start like letting their foot off the gas a little bit. Maybe Troy comes in with a backdoor cover. I could see that happening, but I won't play anything for now in this game. Maybe last minute I can consider playing Troy in the points, but I want to see if that line moves a little bit.
All right. Number 7, UCLA versus number 10, Utah State. Give me something here, Holmes.
Man, I was tempted to take Utah State here. I feel like I wanted to do it, but I'm gonna take UCLA minus 5.5. I'm taking them with on the spread minus 105. I think you can get a pretty good value there. I think UCLA is a pretty damn good team. I ain't really much more I gotta say about it.
All right. I may be telling you there. Number 2, Tennessee versus number 15, Wofford. Tennessee minus 18 and a half may not be large enough. I mean, if you haven't taken that, I would take it now. I
Listen,
love this. And I
I
can
want
tell
to do
you
that
don't.
too. I want to do that too, but I get so scared about Rick Barnes coaching in March because that
Mm.
man, I don't know what the hell it is about March Madness, but that dude does not know how to coach when it comes tournament time. I'll give him credit. He got his boys ready to damn go during the SEC tournament. So, I mean, I want to think that they're just going to blow the hell out of Wofford here. Wofford, I'm pretty sure also, I want to take a look at Ken Palm here. Wofford is like one of the lowest teams down here in Ken Palm ratings. I mean, they're 120. I mean, absolutely horrible. Out of all the tournament teams, they're down there. So I might have to take the 19, dude. That's so many points, but God, they might just blitz them and run out of the gym.
All right. Before we move to our final division, St. Francis is up 39-32 over Alabama State with 27 seconds to go in the first. So, Holmes, that over 135 and a half, not too shabby, but we'll see. Knock on wood.
We're knocking. Don't want to say it, but we're knocking. I got you.
Uh, all right, the West. Number 2, St. John's. Number 15, Omaha. St. John's is gonna fucking ball this March. This division is by far the most stacked, in my opinion. St. John's is a wagon. They're gonna smoke Omaha. So let's get that one out of the way.
Yeah. This is the one where 19 is not enough for me. I'm hammering St. John's there. They might hold Omaha to like under 40 points, honestly.
Yeah, I
Something like that.
honestly would not be shocked.
Yeah.
Holmes, to start with you. Number 7, Kansas. Number 10, Arkansas.
This is going to be a friggin' battle, dude. I'm
Yep, I
so
agree.
fucking excited for this game. It's going to be awesome. When it comes to a side, dude, I think I'm going to take Arkansas with the points. I really do. Plus 4.5. I'm gonna side with Cal here, Coach Cal. Like, just something has
Yep.
just rubbed me the wrong way about Kansas all year long. They have not nearly played up to their potential. There's been some weird stuff going on in the locker room. I don't know. They're not as connected as I want them to be with that team. But Arkansas, like as poor as they started off, especially in SEC play, I'll give them credit for Coach Cal pretty much getting them to turn it around a little bit and have them make the tournament. So I'm gonna take Arkansas on the points here. I would not be surprised if they win outright. Might sprinkle plus 160 on the money line.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm sitting.
Yeah, I think
I
you have
think
to.
they may win outright. I don't like Kansas. I really don't.
Yeah, no,
Um, I'm gonna have to
there's
wait and
nothing
see
about that
though.
team that I enjoy for sure. Nothing.
Number 3, Texas Tech versus number 14, UNC Wilmington. Texas Tech. That's that's it.
I am actually going to take UNC Wilmington to cover because I think the
Okay.
15.5 is a little big. I think Texas Tech is going to win this game, but I forget who it was. I heard about some injury news with Texas Tech today that I think is pretty substantial to that team. Again, I forgot. I don't know who the player was. It was a while ago that I heard this today, so I am giving you very poor podcasting information right now. However, I did hear about an injury. I did hear that it could be substantial to the team. So I am going to take UNC Wilmington to cover the plus 15.5. However, I do not think they're going to win this game. No.
All right. Number 6, Missouri. Number 11, Drake. I am hammering Missouri minus 6.5. I think they are a scary, scary team. I think they're definitely a sleeper, and I am petrified of facing them.
Yeah, I will probably be with you on the spread here. I think a lot of people like Drake here, and I think this is a good spot to kind of fade everybody else here and go with Missouri. Especially us being fans of Florida, I think we've watched a little bit more of Missouri than we have with
Mhm.
who they played Drake. Like Drake, I've heard good things about this team. They do play at a very slow pace and have a pretty good defense, but I mean, Missouri's offense is fantastic, and they gave a lot of good SEC teams fits this year. So I have to back the team that I watched more of this year and was just frankly pretty impressed with all season long. So yeah, I'm with you here. Minus 6.5. I'm hammering it.
All right, number 4, Maryland versus number 13, Grand Canyon. Maryland, again, another team like Missouri. I'm terrified to face them. They are going to be good. They're going to wipe the floor with Grand Canyon. I like the minus 10.5.
Yeah, the Crab Five. They are scaring the hell out of me, brother. I am with you there. If we have to match up against these dudes, like you said, man, our side of the bracket is
It's
hard as
fucking
hell. Like,
brutal.
I mean,
I-
if we're gonna have to match up with potentially UConn in the next round, and then if you win that, good luck with Maryland after that in the Sweet 16. Like, I
yeah.
don't know, dude. That's pretty tough. I'm probably not going to bet this game. There's a part of me that really does like Grand Canyon to cover 10 points, but I don't like it enough to be able to bet on it. So I'm going to stay away from this one.
All right. Number 5, Memphis versus number 12, Colorado State. Holmes. I don't know if I'm reading this right, but it's saying Colorado State -1.5.
Yeah.
Uh, I think I'm gonna take Memphis money line.
Yeah, I'm probably taking Colorado State money line here, and it's for the simple reason that they have just been hotter than almost anybody else in the nation right now. I mean, they have just been on a tear pretty much since the beginning of the season to get themselves in the tournament. Memphis scares me a little bit because both, I think, starting guards, I want to say, have injury problems. They don't know if either of them are going to play. I don't know if this is all just like smoke and mirrors, like they're just trying to say this to have everybody think that they're not going to play and Colorado State's going to have it easy and then they will play last minute. I have no idea, but I have been very, very impressed with Memphis all season long. I'm just going to roll with the hotter hand here in Colorado State because if that injury news does prove to be true, I do not want to be on the wrong side of that.
Yeah, I agree. I'm definitely gonna have to think about that one again, especially after your summary, but
I
we'll
mean, we
see.
just got to see like if they're going to come out with any injury news right before the game. I don't know how close they're playing it to the vest right now. I don't know if what they're saying is true. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on that one because if that injury news is true, that's a bigger blow to them than I think people will realize. And the way that Colorado State's been playing, it's going to be hard to see Memphis stopping them or at least slowing them down with the depleted roster that they'll have.
Yeah. All right. Number 8, UConn. Number 9, Oklahoma. Don't let this fool you. UConn has the experience. They have the coaching. Take UConn. Just take UConn. Because and here's why. It has nothing to do with anything else other than the world wants me to sweat my nuts off in every single game we play this year. So
Hmm.
if we win round 1, I know I'm gonna be sweating my nuts off against UConn. I'm gonna be fucking petrified. So like, that's my reasoning because I know that's what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. You got to take UConn here. They have the pedigree, they have the experience. I've liked Oklahoma this year. They've looked like a nice team at times, but UConn, I'm pretty sure they have the Big East freshman of the year. They've looked really good at times this year. Now, granted, there's been times where they've looked nowhere near the team that they've looked in the past couple years, winning back-to-back championships. But I see them covering this number at 5.5 -105. I'm gonna take that.
All right, Holmes. It's time.
Yes, sir.
We got Noah's Ark, the team with 2 of everything. The Florida Gators taking on Norfolk State. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have money for a future, please put it down on the Gators. Thank you. I'm taking the Gators.
Yeah, I mean, come on. How are we not going to do
like
that?
I,
Like,
hey,
how are we
it's a
not going
no
to do that?
brainer.
Listen, I'm going to say this right now. It's 28.5 points.
It's fucking insane.
You may think that that's ridiculous, but we're going to run these fools out of the gym.
Yes,
We're going to run these
it may
fools out
be
of the gym.
50.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm already looking at the team total. It's 91.5. I might play the over on that. At -110, I still don't think that's enough for us, dude. I mean, if they just keep scoring and scoring and scoring, the one thing that does scare me a little bit about the team total, about the spread, I don't necessarily think that Todd Golden would do this, but I mean, we got like 5 minutes left in the game and we're winning by 35. You don't think Todd Golden's probably going to pull the guys, have like maybe a walk on or two, get on the court. A lot of the guys that haven't seen a lot of minutes. Maybe they give up some 3 points, backdoor cover. That's the only thing that scares me. I want to say that Todd Golden's going to be like, fuck these dudes, gas pedal down. I'm going to just try and blitz them. But at the same time, it's like, this is when it counts. You know what I mean? If if you have your guys out there in almost a meaningless game, 5 minutes left when you know you have to play, in another day and a half. I mean, shit, it's you got to rest up your guys. You want to make them feel good, especially if you're going to be playing UConn next round. So I don't know, but regardless, I'm going to be betting the spread anyway. What am I talking about right now?
I just saw the money line for Florida.
Oh my god, dude! Yeah, it's absurd. It's swimming at 20,000 right now.
Oh no, it's not.
Oh, it
Minus
updated.
minus 50K.
Oh, dude, I haven't even gotten that update yet. So I might as well put down on 20,000 because apparently I'm getting a lot of value
Oh
on that right
fuck, man.
now.
Minus 50K is
Holy shit!
crazy.
Holy shit!
Yeah, that's the breakdown. That's your foolproof method of breaking down March Madness. We are not betting experts. Do not sue us. Ladies and gentlemen, if you did enjoy this episode, please make sure to like, subscribe, share with absolutely everyone you know. We will see you guys after the first round matchups. Peace. Peace.